Could this be a new do not buy video? And it's talking about a creature that isn't 5 months old. Sorry for all the delay and lack of posting. I have been extremely busy and got caught up with things. Most of it was me studying economics. But I'm here, and I'm ready to talk about this hip new species called Dantenos. First impression is that I'm convinced Creatures of Sonaria is going to add Shadow the Hedgehog next. Can it get any cheesier than a floating anime wannabe called Dante? People in my server already made skins of it. Not the best of starts, but we'll talk about their description first. Dantenos are shameful creatures regarded for their chaotic and destructive history. However, because of this stigma, they are highly misconceived. While their methods may be questionable and ruthless, they have an unwavering sense of justice that none can infringe upon. You know, it reminds me of a certain place. It's a fun description that doesn't describe anything about their physical qualities or even their purpose in the universe, something Sonaria just love to do. So, with that being said, all we know about them is that they are misunderstood edgelords. Sounds a lot like that emo group at the back of the class. Let's talk about their appearance section. Take a moment to read this. Pause the video if you must. Reading this, I doubt the part where the description said they have an unwavering sense of justice is true. Pointy scary horns, skull faces and demon with hooves don't sound really justice-seeking.
Hello, what do you call this then?
Imagine if Batman was dressed like an actual horrific bat thing and screams at his enemies. Yeah, I'd have a hard time believing he fights for justice. Also, I am starting to have a problem with these so-called species having no gender dimorphism. The idea of nesting just don't make sense anymore. In the trivia section, it's supposed to be the counterpart of Dantenos. You know, the creature that looks like they had an accident while visiting a dye factory. I can see why. It does look a lot better. It's that better looking cousin your mom always compares you with. Alright, enough with these pecking. Let's get down to the real deal. The design and animations. The design sheet is absolutely fire, literally. It's like a burnt toast and should be discarded. I'm kidding, jokes aside, it's a very well-made gimmick species. Its 3D model of it is also very nice. It does look like a mistake child of a dreadlord and an infernal from World of Warcraft. I'm not suggesting they copied it, because it is a pretty generic design idea for a inferno demon. I love the flaming head and the wings really take the cake. The tail design and the fire trailing down its back is also pretty awesome. The claws and hooves are mighty fine too. Good job, model makers and artists, but not so good job for the animators. What the heck is this? It's folding those big mittens for hands like it's no biggie. Its stance look like it's about to say the weakest of insults and call himself the next rap god. The sitting animation has to be a sort of fan service to the weirdos over at Wattpad or something. There is no way my boy over there sitting like an anime girl whose entire purpose is to entice the main character for a very one-sided love story. The sleeping animation is fine. It looks like a homeless vampire randomly deciding to float because it doesn't have a coffin. The cower animation really confuses me. It's not really showing cower, but rather, if I can't see the problem, there is no problem stance. The aggro animation is fabulous. It looks just like me when I'm trying to desperately get out of bed. The mud rubbing is purely poetic, along with the eating and drinking. It took into consideration its height and I like that. Walking looks good. It looks like it's heading to the office for setting the toilet trash bin on fire. The sprinting looks a bit awkward, but it does look pretty smooth. The flying and gliding are all swell as well. They tried with the swimming, but you know what they didn't try on? That's right, the worst offender of this entire animation section. The attack. It looked like the animators decided that a simple slap with its gigantic hand is enough. I mean, that's fair, but it can be seen coming right at you from a mile away. It's not remotely threatening or even cool. It looks lazy. Hey look guys, I'm so awesome that my attack animation is a slap as my other arm stays folded.
Shut up!
We get it. This species is supposed to be the embodiment of us winning arguments in our shower thoughts. Here's a little advice. Don't make the word sass into animations. It doesn't work as well as you'd like it to. It looks completely out of touch and desperate to make itself seem cool. Characters are just cool because they are. You don't have to force that characteristic into their animations. Have it swipe its massive tail or have both of its hands slash forward. It really isn't that difficult. I don't know how it works within Sonaria and if these animations were done by the free liberty of the animators or not, but whoever is responsible got to take a break. I think that's all. I can't talk about the stats cause I can't experience them firsthand and I'm very rusty with PvP now. If you liked the video, consider subscribing and liking the video. Remember, don't buy this thing.